Hey, welcome to my channel. Today, as you can see in the card here, or the image, um, I'm just going to talk. I mean, if you've seen my other videos in this channel, I've talked about it quite extensively. I thought it was a mistake, honestly. Still think it's a mistake. And the fact is like $160 million for 4 years. Does this guy deserve? Does this guy deserve $160 million for 4 years with $35 million for another year potential? This is a guy that's only done 17 touchdowns. 17 touchdowns for 2022. Yeah, granted, yeah, he helped beat the Vikings in 2023 in the playoffs. But let's be honest. The Vikings were pretty much depleted. They were like done for. They were ready to be capitalized by any team at that point. Honestly, if Tom Brady had gone against them, I think Tampa Bay would have taken him out as well too. To be quite honest, um, I'm just I'm at awe as to what the Giants were thinking. I mean, honestly, this is not a tier one QB one, not a tier one QB, not a QB one, more of a backup QB more than anything else. I mean, Geno Smith, did he deserve what he deserved? No. Derek Carr, not really, honestly. These are non. I've said in the past that maybe the Giants should have just signed Derek Carr, but I'm thinking about it now. It's like he's not worth that kind of money as well, too. Same thing with Daniel Jones. These guys are not worth that kind of money. Their coaches are definitely worth that kind of money, but not these guys. Um, I honestly I would have like taken a gamble, maybe signed someone else, and hope for like in the next 2 years to get a QB in the next 2 years, or 3 years for them. And I think as a Giants fan, we waited for a bit. I think we were willing to wait for another 3 years for a true superstar QB, another Phil Simms potentially, another Y.A. Tittle, Little. I don't know if Eli can be considered a superstar, but he did help them in the two Super Bowls. I won't deny that. But the defense was more than anything else. This, I mean, granted, this gives him uh, the Giants a little bit of flexibility because they didn't go overboard. But at the same time, I honestly thought the Giants should have just put the uh, eligibility franchise tag or whatever it is, basically where you can put the franchise tag on him, but he can still sign with whomever, so long as the Giants get some draft picks as a result. I would have gladly done that. Honestly, if they put the franchise tag, no one would have signed him at that point. To be honest, I just say that I'm going for agency. Let whoever sign him. Let Indiana sign him. Indianapolis sign him. Sorry, or the Raiders. Let the Raiders sign him because, like, honestly, I don't think, like I said, Daniel Jones is not your true QB one. Not even a tier one. He's not like Geno Smith is not him either. Basically, and we know what Geno Smith is capable of too. It's like pretty much nothing. Um, Honestly, you know what? There people are saying that he has some upsides. I don't think so. If he had some upsides, he would have had a lot more touchdowns. The only reason why he had less of an interception ratio to touchdowns is because Daboll knew run the ball with them, have them run, and they were running a lot more. If there's no Saquon Barkley, his interception, the correlation to interception goes higher at that point, much higher. So this is a case where I think the Giants need to hopefully step back and maybe pick up another QB somewhere down the draft line. You know what? It's possible. Dable being who he is, I think he can make them a playoff team. But will Daniel Jones, will this guy lead them to the Super Bowl? No. Can he help them in the playoffs? Yes, but he won't get them beyond the Super Bowl. He won't get them into the divisional round. To be honest with you, he won't get them to the championship round, NFC championships. Um, but like I said, if Dable has the defense and this guy can be a good game manager, then it's possible. But the Giants are not building a super superior defense in the next 3 years. It's going to take them at least a good 4 or 5 years. By that point, hopefully we'll get another QB. But like I said, I think this was a mistake on the Giants' part to sign him for this much money. Lamar Jackson deserves more money than this. And Baltimore, it's been proven when he was injured, Baltimore pretty much wasn't there. And when Baltimore was decimated, the Ravens were decimated in injuries 2 years ago or a year ago. Lamar Jackson kept him in the playoff hunt. He kept him in there. The Giants decimated, not even decimated, not enough. They had a decent enough talent, but he didn't. But basically, this guy did not help him considerably. If he were to be injured, I think the Giants would have still made the playoffs. Is this me hating on Daniel Jones? No. This is me basically being realistic. Even Herm Edwards is a little pessimistic about this, to the point where he's like, does this guy deserve this kind of money? No. This is a guy that threw 17 touchdowns, and he's making $5 million less than Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, who's had 41 touchdowns last year and led him to a Super Bowl. Honestly, let's see what happens. Because now, everything's on him. The pressure is going to be on him. Everything's going to be on him. And the question is now, has Cohen and Dable actually put their money on him, or are banking on him, or is it more of a case where if they can surround him with enough talent, let's see what happens. I have a feeling what's going to happen is, even if he had the talent, he's going to still crumble. Let's say Saquon leaves. Actually, you know what? Let Saquon leave. Let the rest of the NFL and the Giants organization realize Danny Dimes is not that QB1 level quarterback. So let him go. Let's see what happens. I don't want to leave. I don't want to see the Saquon leave, but you know what? He deserves to be on a winning team. I think if he stays healthy for the next 2 or 3 years, I think he deserves to go to the Super Bowl. Honestly, if I'm Saquon, I join either the Cowboys, which I hate to say it, the Bills, or Miami. I think Miami makes a perfect sense for him at this point. Quite honestly, Miami is the perfect team for him. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, it's mind-boggling, but it is what it is. Let's just see what happens 2023 and 2024. But with that, let's see. Hopefully, the Giants get some good draft picks, builds up the wide receiving core, as well as the offensive line gets a little bit stronger, and the defense gets much better. Let's see how that goes. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts. And if you think I'm hating on Daniel Jones, welcome to a comment. And like I said, leave your thoughts, comments in the comments section. I do read all the comments. I do respond to them too, if you've seen them. And you know what? Also, if you enjoyed it or are enjoying my rants or hate my rants but still want to hate on me, troll me, create a flame war, you're welcome to it. But I ask you please subscribe. And I will let you know this, that when the Giants do come into LA or Vegas, I will try to go to one of those games, and I will try to live stream a little bit of it, at least. In any case, with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and unrehearsed. Until next time.